there, thanks for stopping by my channel today. This is the Diary of a Beekeeper. I'm Melissa and I'm the beekeeper. Today I'm going to be doing a hive check for the purpose of doing an alcohol wash, which is something that we do as beekeepers in order to allow a healthy hive for wintering. We're looking for something called the varroa destructor mite. It's kind of a funny process. I'm going to try to walk you through it. I've only done it once or twice with my friend Amanda. So again, this is the first time I'll be doing this on my own. So let's go ahead and start at the beginning. So one of the first things that you need to do this is you need a large basin. I just picked this up over at the Dollar Tree. Costs $1.25. Imagine that. The next thing that you're going to need, I contacted our state apiarist and requested one of these for alcohol washes. They just send them to you. It's free of charge, and they also sent this pamphlet that describes the process to do a mite check. And this little guy right here just goes inside. This is a standard sized mason jar. What I've done, I think this is what Amanda and I did last year, was you just insert this mesh into the cover, and all that does is it's a strainer. We're going to end up putting alcohol into a mason jar, and we'll use this strainer in order to remove the alcohol and the bees that we're going to be putting in there. So anyways, this was free. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the standard lid on top of it, because the first thing we do before we strain anything is we're going to have to shake this with the bees and the alcohol in it for a long period of time. All of the bees inside there die. I know, it's really, really sad. Next thing that you need is, this is just a half cup measuring scoop. Again, I got this at the dollar store. I ended up getting a whole pack. I only needed the half, so I'm glad I only paid $1. And we also need 50 to 70% isopropyl alcohol. I just got 2 of these. And you're going to use about a half a cup for each colony. And you're also going to use about a half a cup of bees. So that's just a quick overview. So I'll go ahead and get suited up, and we'll get over to the hives and we'll try to get this done. So here we are at Maleficent's hive. Maleficent is the one that's been giving us a little bit of trouble. We had a swarm. We were queenless for a while, then we had to wait for the queen to start producing, and I did a formic treatment, and I was certain that I killed her, but learned after making the video, when I was editing it, that actually she was in fact alive in there, and I was so happy. But I'm still having the issue with her that she was brand new hive. I don't know how old the queen was, but I'm pretty sure this is a new queen, not the one that I started with. So she would be pretty young. She's not filling out the frames. So what I'm worried about right now is that she's not going to have enough resources to get through the winter. And it occurred to me that I hadn't done a hive check as far as mites were concerned. So that's what we're looking at today. We're going to do a mite wash. Just at first glance looking at this, it looks like she still hasn't filled out any of these frames. We just have this one in the middle and part of this one. But let's take a look. I'm going to try to get the bees off of it because I'm going to put it on the ground. I don't think they love that, but they really don't seem to hate me for it either. But all right, so here we go. We're just going to move these back. Oh, they're building a little bit here. That's a weird shaped comb that they're doing. It makes me wonder if they've got too much room between these frames when they do that. In fact, I'm going to actually go ahead and cut that off on the bottom. They don't love me for that, but it's gonna be best for keeping things neat and tidy. Yeah, and we've got the same thing happening here. Beautiful comb, and even got some honey in it. But it's stuck on the bottom. I just don't know. I'm gonna see if I can get the bees off it. Oh, looks so good. I could eat that right now. Look at that beautiful, beautiful comb. And that honey, you could take a bite out of that right now and it would be a delicious treat. Some people even eat the wax. Some people chew it and spit it out. But, oh, that honey is just gorgeous. Liquid gold, they call it. So strange. I'm not sure what is going on. Why they're building this way. My understanding of this is whenever you see comb filled with honey like that, you really don't, I mean, sometimes you're going to see brood here and there, but you're not really going to see a lot of eggs. They kind of build their honeycomb and their brood comb on different frames usually. Again, and try to clean that bottom up. Look at that. It's not typically how you would see them building comb. So something, I don't know what it is, but might be a good thing to ask some of my experienced beekeepers. If there's anyone out there that's watching this that is experienced and can explain it, I would love to know. Please leave comments, reach out to me by email. All the info is right on the description of this video. Oh, lots and lots of honey. They're working hard, they're trying, but I'm not sure. I wish I understood what was happening over here. I wish I could help. I feel like a helpless mother. When your baby's sick and you can't fix it. Anyone remember that? How you felt when your children, when they were little, completely helpless, were not doing well and you didn't understand what was wrong? That's how I feel. Try to put some of this comb over here. I don't want it all falling back in the hive. Look at that. Oh, so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna put you back. So they are trying, they're trying to fill this out. Yeah, they've got some built back here too. It's really, really thin. And then it looks like these outside boxes don't have anything. Or, I'm sorry, outside frames. Just taking a quick peek. Okay, all right, so I'm done with this box. I'm gonna try to take this off. Oh, look at all that honey up top there. I do think this is good. I'm excited. She has actually filled out this bottom box. So when you're doing a mite wash, you want to make sure that you're looking for a frame with brood on it, because we want to check the bees that are taking care of the brood. Alright. I'm feeling a lot better just looking at this about the number of bees that I'm seeing in this hive. They might not be filling out the boxes as much as, and the frames as much as I would like, but their numbers are definitely increasing. And this is good. This is a really good thing. I didn't see a queen here. I'm just shaking these guys off. Those really, really, really yellow cells that you see, that's pollen. They're storing pollen away. They collect pollen and they collect nectar, and both of them are sources of food for them. I'm gonna put that down here for now. So that like popcorny looking stuff, that's brood. So I don't see her anywhere. I think I found the one that I'm going to use for my alcohol wash. So I'm looking on the frame one last time to make sure that I do not see her on the frame. And then, this whole thing seems very barbaric, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dump or shake this frame into this bin. I'm looking for the queen to make sure that I'm not going to scoop my queen. So because I've really made them upset, I'm going to go ahead and close this hive up, because that's the purpose of getting in here today, was to check for mites. And that is what we're doing. All right, so we've got about a half a cup. I think I was a little shy. We're just gonna cross our fingers. These need to be shaken. And the reason that you shake them, they die just as soon as they hit the alcohol. So yeah, we're trying to separate the mite from the body of the bee. And the instructions say to shake it for 1 to 2 minutes. I'm shaking it pretty aggressively. All directions. Swirling it, beating it back and forth. And once you've shaken it up good enough that you take the top, the sealed part, the cover part off, and then you're going to vigorously shake the alcohol from the bees, hopefully with the mites in it, into this white container. And the white and I don't think I said that in the beginning. When you get your basin, make sure that it's white, because you're going to dump this into the basin and you're going to be able to see the mites. And if you have more than 3 mites that you see in this basin, that means we need to treat. And that means that for the next week or so, I will be watching the weather, and hopefully we won't be having another hot snap here in Maine. It's been such a strange summer. Either rain or heat waves. We're gonna go ahead and separate the strainer from the cover. Put that back on. You can see the strainer on top. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna tip this right upside down and we're gonna shake it, just like we're trying to get the last out of the ketchup bottle. We're gonna shake it pretty aggressively because we wanna get all that alcohol out and allow it to wash the mites out as well. This is almost aggressive as just agitating it with the cover on. So far so good though. I'm looking and I don't see any mites. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't have any mites in my hive. It just means that my numbers aren't high enough to warrant treating. Sometimes they can take care of the mites themselves. But when they get overridden, it's really sad. I've seen a lot of pictures online. Bees they'll be deformed, they won't have wings, their brood is all interrupted. Yeah. Part of me wishes that I had one in here to show you, but at the same time, I'm really happy with this. I see none. None at all. So this is good. All right, so this lovely lady right here is Queen Amidala. So Queen Amidala has a honey super on her. Last time I checked, I want to say it was about 2 weeks ago. We put the super on, and we put the super on probably a week or two before that. It had been 2 weeks and she hadn't done anything in it. So let's see. I'm not sure. And the queen excluder it's this gray thing here that prevents the queen, because she has such a large body, prevents the queen from coming up to the top, and that way she doesn't try to lay eggs in your honey frames. So it's a little trick we use. Let's see. Can't really see from this angle what we're looking at, but I think she's started to work in here. I think. Okay, nothing really here. I'm not going to tear it apart too much because this is just honey. I'm just trying to see what we've got for honey built out. I'm not like looking for her or looking for eggs or anything like that. This is one of the frames that I built. And she just came apart. That's a bummer. First time ever building frames. Followed the instructions I found online. And then ended up, after I built them, looked at several other videos, and they kind of suggested a little bit more fortifying of it. So I thought, well, we'll find out. Proof is in the pudding. So really hasn't drawn anything out, but I'll show you what I mean about the frames. I put them together with one nail up top, and when I went to pull it out, that happened. So I think I'm gonna leave it the way it is because this is just a honey super. But next time I build frames, I'm gonna do it a little bit differently. I'm gonna make sure that it has extra fortification so that that doesn't come apart when I'm trying to do hive checks. So there's a lot of bees up here, but I'm not seeing that they've drawn out the comb, let alone filled it with honey. So that's exactly where we were at last time. So I'm just gonna go through the whole thing so this is close enough. Nope. Okay. So I'm gonna put that box back on without that frame back on. Oh, I think it might be getting ready to rain. And rain means I should not be beekeeping. The bees get angry. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call this right now. But I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope you know a little bit more about doing mite checks, and I hope you found it a little entertaining. We'll see you next time. Thanks for checking out Diary of a Beekeeper. So a few days after filming the last clips of the hive check and mite check, we did go ahead and complete a mite check or an alcohol wash for Amidala, and we did find 4 mites in her hive. She is a considerably bigger hive, but what this means is we definitely need to treat both of these hives for mites. And I think what we're going to do at this point, we still have a little bit of time before wintering. I'm going to try to do a formic acid treatment. We're going to have to watch the weather over the next few days. As you can see, we're in the middle of a hurricane right now. It's pretty mild, Hurricane Lee. We're just getting a lot of high winds and a ton of rain, and you've got to really pay attention to the weather when you're treating for mites. You can't have it more than 85 degrees. You want to be able to have the bees be able to escape the hive for a period of time. And in the rain, they aren't necessarily going to be able to do that. So over the next week or so, we'll be watching. But it is the responsible thing, even if you have 0 count in one hive and you have 2 and the other one has mites, you are definitely going to treat both. That is definitely the way to go. Wow, look at that out there. And I am sharing a photo here so that you have an idea what you're looking for when you're looking at your alcohol wash in the white basin. When I did the check for Amidala, I did take a picture of a couple of the mites that I saw that were clearly mites, very obvious. I don't know that the resolution showed up very good, but I think you can get the idea. I hope this is very helpful.